Hi everyone, this is Hao, and this video is about how to install Litmus on our just created domU. So the Ubuntu.cfg is just the same as we used before. We use bootloader as pygrub and the disk file as the disk file we created. And here I'm going to set the vCPU equals to 4 in order to boost the performance of our domU, hopefully. And we save this and we use XM create to create our domU. We use -c to get a console and we boot into the Linux 3.2.0 generic, and we use a test of the username and password you set before. And Litmus actually is no more than a patch version of Linux kernel. So the first step is to get the Linux kernel 3.10.5 from the official Linux kernel.org, which is first we make a directory to contain the Linux kernel. You know what? Never mind. I can just download here. So we're using wget to get the Linux kernel 3.10.5 turbo, and now we're done downloading it. And the next step is to get the patch file for LITMUS-RT, which is located in the LITMUS-RT.org. So this link is where we're gonna use to download the patch file. Okay, so the patch file is downloaded, and now we have all the file we needed to install LITMUS-RT on our domU. So first we untar this Linux turbo. Okay, so untarring this may be slow based on the performance of your domU, and now it's like, okay. That's totally not the slowest part. The slowest part is after a while. So the next step is to I'm gonna rename this Linux 3.10.5 to LITMUS-RT in order to distinguish it between a real Linux kernel. So here I apply the patch using patch -p1 and use the LITMUS-RT patch as the Okay, so we don't install the patch tool, so we install patch tool first. We use apt-get install patch. Actually, you should install all these build essential tools before we proceeding to the next steps. That will be much easier, and you don't need to install the package on the way, so that will save a lot of time. So I'm gonna apt-get install uncurses library, because later on we're using this library to manually configure our kernel. So let's do make manual config. Well, actually I don't have make here. I'm gonna install make. See, this is how I want you to install the build essential package before. So I obviously make this mistake. Okay, so now we're making manual config, and in order to configure our kernel to meet the LITMUS-RT requirement. So the first one we want to go to is the general setup, and we're gonna change the timer tick handling into periodic timer ticks. And okay, we exit this. And the next one is to change the timer. No, actually, inside this general setup, we're gonna change the group scheduler, I think. Yeah, it's a control group support. We're finding the group CPU scheduler backward. Yeah, and we disable all these two. Okay, so the next one should be inside the processors menu, I think. We exit this. Processor type and features. We enter this, and we are setting the timer frequency into 1000, and the default should be 250. We're gonna change it to 1000 here. We change it to 1000, and another one is the where is it? Oops. Okay. Oh, it's a preemption model. We are changing it from voluntary to preemptible kernel, and now we're done with the processor type and features. The next one should be inside the kernel hacking, which is we want to disable the where is that entry? The write protect kernel read-only data structure. We disable it, and then we're gonna set the power management to disable the CPU frequency scaling. Yeah, we disable it all, and we exit. We save the changes to a new configuration. Okay, so now we're done configuring our kernel. We can view it to confirm, just the view list.config, and we can see all the configuration is here. Okay, so the next step is to make BZ image, which is to make an image that this Linux kernel is used to boot up. So this may take like hours. So you better do something else rather than waiting in front of the screen. That'll be dumb. And by the way, it will depend on your computer's performance. And yeah, my computer's performance is really awful, so I waited for like 3 hours for this to complete. And also remember to make modules before these steps. Here, after making BZ image and modules, we make modules install to install all the modules into our system. Here we can see it's installing all the modules we just made it. Okay, so the next step is to make install to install the BZ images and the other tools into our existing Linux kernel, into our existing Linux system. So you can see it's generating the initial RAM disk images. After this, actually all this process is just identical to, you know, how you install a new Linux version into your existing Linux version and make it a multi-boot. So okay, now I want to set up the default boot option into this newly installed kernel. So I grab the boot /grub/grub.cfg with the keyword of menu entry, start menu entry, and we can see all the menu entry here. And now we can find our newly installed one, which is Ubuntu with Linux 3.10.5. And this one, we are gonna set it to default. Use grub set default and the name here, and then we're done. So the next time you boot up, it will automatically boot into Linux 3.10.5. Okay, now that's all. Thank you for watching.